Hello, Deep. My name is Scott Picken. I've got a simple question for you. Would you like to earn globally diversified passive income to protect your portfolio and to grow it? If that's something of interest to you, then I consider that you should listen to the rest of this video. Derek, it's really interesting. You and I have been on a journey for a long time. I'm really excited about the collaboration that we're launching in terms of Farmers Wealth Solutions. And equally, 2 years ago, you came on, it was an online challenge in those days, which effectively is a learning course. Why did you come along and why was that important for you?
So Scott, yeah, it was exactly. I was at a point where you realize you've got to do things differently, and you've got to find different income streams on the farm. We've diversified our farming operation over 40 years already, and you're still connected to the weather, whatever you're doing. So it was important that I find alternate income streams. And people talk about investing, and then you get worried about, how long is it going to take? How much money do you need? How safe is it? All those kind of questions. And I found that attending the webinar and attending the challenges, that's where you find the answers.
So I always try and keep it simple for people. I've helped people in 178 countries, facilitated over $1.3 billion, and I've been doing this for over 20 years. And I always say, bring it down to two things. You need the right information and you need the right partners. And so what we do is we go on a journey. There's 5 different modules. We literally take people through the information, like where should you be investing? What should you be investing in? How do you find the partners to invest? And ultimately you walk away with a plan, like an actual action plan, so that you've got a diversification plan. And then once you got the plan, you can actually go and execute and turn that plan into results. So for me, this is not just about theory. This is actually about getting results. And I think the question I'd have for you, Derek, is there's a lot of theory out there. I mean, anyone can go on the internet, anyone can go to ChatGPT, even if you want to, and ask the questions. But what was it like for you actually having a plan that you could start to execute against?
Yeah, amazing. I mean, once you start, well, first of all, once you get focused and you actually put the plan in place, and then you start actioning that plan, and when you see it start working, I can't describe the feeling of once you start seeing the income flows and you see your plan actually and your money actually working for you. I've always said, Scott, you can't learn to swim out of a book. You have to get in the water. Now, with investing, it's exactly the same thing. You can learn all the theory you like. You can learn all the do's and don'ts, and but unless you actually get involved, start investing, you're not really going to learn. So it's a matter of finding a way of actually just doing it, getting it done, getting a strategy put in place, and get going with it.
It's so interesting you say that. I did my first international investment when I was 22 years old back in 1999. I started teaching people in 2004. I jumped on stage in London in Putney and had 120 people in the room and basically taught them how to invest in South Africa and in London. And really that's evolved over the years, and we've had these online webinars, we've had plenty of live workshops. And what we're super excited about is the feedback we're getting from people is, as much as we like doing online, and by the way, you can come to our online session. We've actually got an online one on the 21st to the 25th of October. But what we're realizing and what people are asking for is back to human connection. Let's shake people's hands. Let's look them in the eye. Let's spend time with other like-minded people. And Derek, I know you're one of these people. Talk to us just a little bit. I know you sit on the farm and you literally are like, Scott, I want to meet you in person. I want to come up and meet the family office in person. The difference in face-to-face and building trust and kind of that human connection is just so powerful. And I know it's something that is very important to you. And I'm almost 100% sure it'll be very important to all your other farming colleagues.
Scott, we've had a really massive dose of online since COVID, and I just, in the nature of my involvement in the agricultural space, I have a hell of a lot of meetings. There is nothing that can replace in person. there's just something about, you can hear people speak, you can see them on a screen. I want to say when you're in the room, you can actually feel it. You can actually, it just becomes real, and you kind of build a completely different level of trust. Yeah, I'm completely convinced there's nothing nothing that can replace an in-person experience. And when you put yourself in the room with like-minded people, there's something, I almost want to say, magical about it. There's something that it enhances the entire experience, the entire learning experience. Yeah, and it just has massive value.
I must admit, I love being in the room. There's nothing more powerful than feeding off people's energy. Someone asks a question, you're like, oh, wow, that's a great question. And everyone's learning and growing. And as you always joke, there's also the experience around the water cooler or the beer or the glass of wine afterwards, et cetera, in terms of that whole process. So look, the exciting thing is we haven't done this in 5 years. We're literally doing our first live event in 5 years. Derek has very kindly actually got us to be able to do it at the Grain Building in Pretoria. So we're going to be doing it on the 8th and 9th of November. You can literally click on the link below. Come and join us. Derek's going to be there live. I'm also really excited, Derek. Judy's going to be joining us live, and Abdul's going to be joining us live. So 3 of our mastermind members. And specifically, this is going to be the launch of Farmers Wealth Solutions, which I'm super excited about. By the way, we're going to be launching Women in Wealth and also business owners in wealth. So it's going to be a collaboration of like-minded people in the room. And, I suppose from Derek and I's perspective is we want to invite you to come and be part of it. And the last thing I would say, it's amazing whether you're a farmer or a business owner or high net worth investor or all 3 of the above. Most of us probably started this year going, hey, I'd love to do some international investment. I'd love to do some diversification. And we blink and it's the middle of October, or it's the end of October, or the beginning of November, whenever you're listening to this video. And before we know it, this year is going to be over. And, if I speak farming language, another crop season is going to go and all of that, that type of stuff. And I think what I say to people, just imagine if you took the time, if you invested 2 days, you literally had a plan so that 2025, you can literally hit the ground running and you can turn your needs and your wants into results. And I think that's the difference. Derek, I remember you and I had this conversation literally in October of 2022. I remember you signed up. I remember you made the effort. You, as you said, you always say, get it done. You got it done. You got started. And, 2 years later, it takes some time. There's no such thing as a get rich quick scheme. But now you're reaping the benefits of it. And I know your wish, certainly my wish, is that other people can experience that and they can go into Christmas having the peace of mind, knowing they've got a strategy in place to make it a reality. Just any closing thoughts for you on the value of that metaphor you use of get it done? Because there's always an excuse. I don't have the time. Now's the planning season, whatever, versus actually getting the results.
Scott, it would be amiss of me to not tell people, how important it is to get it done. I use that phrase quite lightly, but if you can put it off for sure. You can want to hear another, listen to another webinar or get another view or get all that kind of stuff done. And I'm telling you, you do that, and 5 years down the line, we're going to be speaking to each other, and you're going to say, instead of me listening to you 5 years ago, just do it. Just get it done. It doesn't take a huge amount of money. It doesn't take, you can actually, with the way Wealth Migrate has put it together, you can actually dip your toe in the water and start the process. And you will see, once that machine is running, once you've got your plan actioned and your plan is working, it will then just grow exponentially. So don't miss out on this. Just, if I can tell you a lesson that I should have learned 40 years ago when I started farming, is just do it. You know that it's the right thing to do, just do it.
Well, on that final note, get it done. Click on the links below. Come and join us. If you want to read all the information, I'll just share my screen here very quickly. There's actually a full kind of breakdown where you can go read all about it. Who's it for? What can you experience in the different modules, etc. I'm not going to go through all the detail. You can literally read all about it. But in simple terms, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. We've helped over 4,000 other people diversify, and we really want to help you diversify. If you make this 2-day investment, I am very confident that you will walk away with a plan. You'll be earning globally diversified passive income, certainly in my opinion, within the first quarter of next year. You'll have the peace of mind to know that your portfolio is protected, and hopefully, if you've joined us and are working with our family office, is equally optimized. And that can be a metamorphic shift from where you might find yourself today. So we'll see you at the workshop. Join us. Derek, thanks for your time. It's wonderful. And I really look forward to doing this in person with you at the event.
Yeah, come join us. It's going to be good.
Awesome. Cheers.